Welcome fellow Kiss fans, welcome to It's All For You Demons, celebrating the fun of being a Kiss fan. And tonight we're going to take a look at some Dynasty ads that have also made me realize, although I love Dynasty, you know, 2023, the year of Dynasty, have a Dynasty cove here in the Wax Night basement. Looking at these ads has made me realize kind of how silly the whole era was. I'll admit it, it's silly as can be. And that is what I want to talk about tonight, really looking at these ads and looking at the absurdity of the entire Dynasty marketing campaign. It's big, it's glittery, it's Dynasty. Now, the return of Kiss marketing blitz was absolutely perfect. It was just the perfect storm of enticement and intrigue for a band that really had not gone away, but it seemed like they had because 1978 was so crazy. April 1978, you had the release of Double Platinum, another double record on the heels of Alive 2 that was a double record. Then that fall of 1978, of course, you had the release of the solo albums, followed by the TV debut of Kiss Meets the Phantom of the Park. So although it felt like 1978 you got a lot of Kiss, really you haven't had a full, complete record from the band since 1977's Love Gun. Alive 2 of course had the side 4, then you had a Greatest Hits, then you had the solo albums. Where was our band? And honestly, if you think about it, the return of Kiss, the phrase, the return of Kiss, is actually a super cool, badass rock and roll marketing ploy, because for a while in 1978 it did feel like Kiss had either left or were breaking up. Per the, you know, the solo albums probably made kids feel like the band's breaking up. 1979 is the return of Kiss, and I love that phrase. So the first ad we're going to look at tonight is the July 12th, 1979 Rolling Stone magazine. Paul McCartney on the cover, the Cars Candy-O inside. But to our point, this, the return of Kiss, colored ad in Rolling Stone magazine, featuring all those albums at the bottom. I love, love, love when ads do that. Not too many albums for a young kid to have to go out and buy, unlike my teenage years when it was almost a full page ad. But I just love that slogan and how, you know, incredibly big the album looks compared, you know, to the rest of the albums on the ad. It's like, boom. This is the new album to get. And these two ads, of course, are all Casablanca artists, so many members of the roster are present on these ads. But I do think it's fair to note that the return of Kiss marketing blitz started off pretty bombastic. You know, the return of Kiss, almost like a pounding on the table, the return of Kiss. And now, towards the end of 1979, going in to 1980, you have Kiss with other members of the roster, which, of course, that's cool, but who's on here? The Village People, and I cannot get past the inclusion of the Village People. Of course, you have Donna Summer, who was a huge draw for Casablanca, but you also have the Village People right next to our superhero rock star band, Kiss. There's Kiss, and there's the Village People. So to me, it almost felt like Casablanca had accepted the fact that the audience of Kiss was a younger audience. They accepted the fact that Kiss was a merchandising mecca. So there is nothing wrong with promoting them next to another variety hour type band like the Village People. Because let's not forget that Village People had almost the same kind of toys that Kiss did. So if this nostalgic hunch that at the end of 1979 Casablanca had kind of just thrown in the towel and been like, look, Kiss is a child-oriented band, we're just going to go with that. I do want to explore the toys at the end of 1979 because I think there were some big misses in that marketing push. And our first trip into that is going to be the Viewmaster, where you are invited to go Kiss crazy with these thrilling new 3D scenes. See Kiss in concert, in costume, in pictures, autographed just for you. Kiss, an exciting, electrifying 3D. Every kid loved Viewmasters. It was like magic. It was like having your own movie right in front of your eyes anytime you wanted. But I will say, the big miss of this packaging is using the solo album art. These are Dynasty Viewmasters. Why not have a Return of Kiss picture on the cover? Big miss number one in the 1979 toy department, in my eyes. But since we're here, and Viewmasters require light to look at them, let's do a little poltergeist fun and view these Viewmasters.
Tell her to go to the light. No!
The second big miss is why not a third comic book? How awesome would a third comic book have been in 1979 with the Dynasty costumes, especially since it was being drawn. It was physically being drawn by comic artist Neil Adams, and it was seriously going to be made. I know there was a souring between Marvel and Kiss. Marvel wanted to own all of their characters. Smart of Kiss not to do that, but how awesome would a third comic book have been in 1979? And lastly, the final miss, the 1979 Rub and Play action figures.
Perfect.
Colorform set done by Neil Adams for the artwork that was not used in that third comic book. So we actually do get to see it here in the Rub and Play, and Rub and Play always strikes my fancy because this is the only toy we've ever gotten with the Dynasty costumes. Super fun fact for that. But the big miss in my eyes is 1979. You're coming off of a year of Kiss's debut television movie. So how fun would a Rub and Play set have been to include Devereaux and the apes?
Perfect.
Just for some pure 1979 Incredible Hulk style fun, some little kid who discovered Kiss with Phantom of the Park could have had their very own Phantom of the Park playset. And I understand the Dynasty costumes were not in Phantom of the Park, but that was the beauty of 70s toys. They didn't have to make sense because they were marketed for little kids. So a little kid could have gotten this Rub and Play set with Kiss and their brand new costumes, including Abner Devereaux and his mechanical apes, and had the time of their life. One last ad to throw in here, kind of off the subject but still fun, is this Japanese Dynasty ad. That of course translates to Escape from Hell. I love foreign pressings, foreign ads, even better. So there you go, the marketing blitz of 1979. some hits, some misses, but Pee-wee, it's all fun. Thank you for hanging with us tonight here in the Wax Night Basement, waxing a little rock and roll nostalgia with us. Take care of your babies. Be spay, neuter, microchip. We almost forgot it. Be good to your babies. Spay, neuter, microchip. Take care. Be safe. We will talk to you